Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in the Ultimate Base 4.0. In the previous episode we improved the design for the industrial sauna, and in between the episodes I also hooked up the two cobalt volcanoes just like I said we're gonna do. And how this works is actually phenomenal. It basically just gets solidified here in this tile, sometimes producing a little bit of steam, but the steam gets converted into water right away again. And the same thing happens right here. Eventually this mini gas pump is probably gonna overheat, but I'm not gonna worry about that. It did its job by initially getting the other gases out of there. I also went ahead and hooked up the gold volcano. However, I did not rearrange it just yet to fit the new design, but theoretically we don't need the steam turbine anymore. What we need to do is lead the water loop through it, just like I did here with just two radiant pipes that keep the water at bay. At this point I don't even think we necessarily need to exchange this with supercoolant. All we need to do is exchange the loop with supercoolant. I also set up a layer of gold tiles here in order for my duplicants to go back and forth rather quickly, and I installed a transit tube access point here as well. So all we have to do now is hook up the aluminium volcano, rearrange the gold volcano, and we are done. And I think I want to do that in today's episode as well. You surely also noticed this thick layer of insulated tiles. I'm leading the hot material through it as well as the cooling loop, and I just made it 3 layers thick so it actually fits the two buildings. Oh, before I forget, I also exchanged all the cables here inside the ranch coming from this transformer here, and we still have 2 transformers that we can occupy with other gadgets. I also installed a critter sensor here in order to see just how many fish I have. Currently there are 53 in there and it seems to be growing. When I checked last it was 45. I'm also doing some work on the heat sinks. I decided to lead the heat through the second tile here, so it's just gonna go through here. Actually, we're gonna bring the heat all the way over here to the steam room at the bottom. So I will probably end up extracting it this way, and then we just want to go ahead and encase this here as well. Now, I don't really have that much steel to fool around, so maybe we're just gonna do the first heatsink and then the channel to bring over the heat. Hang on, we got another achievement. What could it be? Radical trip. Have rat bolts travel a cumulative 10 kilometers. Holy cow. I'm actually surprised we are only getting this now. Well, they don't travel that much, but we did launch a whole bunch of rat bolts. Oh, will you look at that? We finally reached the 100 degrees mark with our water here. This took really long. Like, when did we install this? It must have taken 500 cycles. I mean, we used it in order to cool down obsidian, so no wonder it did that. But honestly, this is good. I wanted to move this either way. What I would like for the obsidian and the regolith to do is also go through my cooling system here. There it is, conveyor loader. I want regolith to go in here, but only the one that I sweep up, right? At least for now. And then I also want to do the same thing with the obsidian right there. And then we'll be able to get rid of this conveyor loader, though I'm gonna wait for the water to evaporate. There's not much to go, just a couple of degrees. We're losing. Whoa. Okay. This now actually went really quick. So let's get rid of this guy here, making sure the duplicants are going to use the other system. And then, of course, we can go ahead and take things apart here, make it ready for the next rocket. Maybe just to make sure that it's not in my main system, because it should go another way. Yeah, regolith shouldn't be in here. And where's the other one? So many materials. There it is, obsidian. I'm also gonna take out the interplanetary launcher. It's time for this guy to move as well to a more dedicated spot. Niesbed, of course, taking the bulk of the work, as usual. Now, of course, I'm already gonna grab the obsidian we have laying around here at 760 degrees. This is perfect. I'm gonna leave the abyssalite though. Just the obsidian is what I want. Yeah, abyssalite, kind of crazy how much you get of that. And I think I'm gonna copy the design here with the mechanized airlocks in order to get rid of a little bit of the carbon dioxide. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. And so what we could be doing is something like this and profit off the cable we have going on here. And then all I need is a timer sensor. Let's put that here. I'm also gonna install a switch actually, and then connect this to a AND gate. Like so, get some cabling in, and then we want to steer all 3 doors. By the way, I also added a filter gate from the previous episode here in order to ensure that whenever this flukes out just for a couple of seconds, we don't trigger the actual mechanism. We only do it when it's really necessary. But right here, I want to do it basically all the time. So we're gonna say green duration 5, red duration 10. And then since I have the signal switch enabled, it should be doing that, closing these 2 doors, and then the other door last, and therefore we're gonna get rid of an awful lot of carbon dioxide very easily and almost power-free. Well, not really power-free. Maybe we could take more advantage of it if we had the green duration at 15 seconds, so more gases can accumulate. Oh, gold volcano is actually dormant, so I'm gonna take care of that. I can probably remove everything except the ladder. Remove all of this shebang. Yes, indeed. Gonna allow the steam to be extracted. We want to replace it with a good portion of water, at least 900 kilograms here in the first layer. And then instead of the water going through the conductive panel, we can deconstruct that and continue straight with the loop. We're gonna make the room slightly smaller so that we can go in here. We get a radiant pipe and another one right there. And then this one here I want to build out of ceramic. And then I'm just gonna continue with igneous rock back into the loop. That's how it's supposed to go. Alrighty, said and done. I encased the aluminium volcano also, prepared it, analyzed it. Its next activity is going to be in 30 cycles, so we will find out whether or not everything is going to keep up. Right now, we can easily keep up. We can judge by the amount of aqua tuners we're using, and therefore now we should also have enough power. I was thinking about setting up another power control station in this room in order to boost the steam turbines. Right now, though, I don't think it's really necessary, and this is just amazing. Whenever we have something flowing through here, like these gold pieces here, right now they are at 200 degrees, and if we check this out, the metal tile just barely heats up, at least from the gold. The cobalt actually does a little bit more, but overall all the ingredients here are coming out at around 20 or so degrees. And of course this way the cooling loop is also much less stressed, at least with the volcanoes here, and then the real stress might come in here with the main cooling wiggle jiggle. Because we have so much grizzled berries and not that much water, I decided to for now not water them, and they're just gonna hang around here until I'm ready again. Maybe we are even disabling the farm station so we don't unnecessarily add the farmer's touch. Additionally to crushing the CO2, which seems to be working phenomenally, I'm also now pumping it out at the top. The gases are thinning again. We don't really have any more machinery except maybe the water sieve here and the desalinator that are exposed. But overall, we're just gonna get rid of the heat by actually getting rid of the gases. I'm also done tiling out this room, which theoretically means we can get rid of this portion here. Yeah, let's deconstruct all of that. This should then give us access again to this room, and I'm gonna complete the ceiling here. Yeah, we should be able to take this out without actually destroying the liquid lock. Now gonna build this large power transformer, which means we can get rid of this guy. One more thing I would like to change is powering up this transit tube access point with the cable here, so I can get rid of this heavy watt conductive joint plate. And I don't really want to risk losing the gases or messing with it, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this impossible by adding a little bit of naphtha here. And I'm just gonna take a little portion here. It doesn't really need to be much, that's already enough. And I should be able to take out this heavy watt conductive joint plate without hurting anyone. We had one glossy Draco getting away, and he was stupid enough to get back in there. Sometimes I just gotta love this game. Okay, we're done here. No accidents. I'm quite happy. And I would like to continue with gold tiles here. This is my maintenance shaft, so this should be going all the way over. And then I have the feeling we could go ahead and use the transit tube point here. But it would be convenient to be able to make it down here, honestly. And then instead of having this transit tube point, we're gonna have this one here. Gonna go through with my transit tubes, go into here, and then continue along there. And then at some point, we're just gonna join this tube here. Let me maybe move the gas pump down. Ooh, that's not gonna be convenient. I'm gonna move it down here even. In the meantime, I'm continuing the shaft right here. We are gonna connect this as soon as possible. I still have 900 degrees saved in here that we then can transfer to the steam room. Now, let's be a little bit careful here. Yeah, I definitely don't want to lose the liquid lock. Do we need to do anything else in here? Let me see. We could get rid of this now. Is this... no? Okay, no, this is actually possible. But then I still have the problem of this tile being in the way. I think I want to gain access here on the right side. This is just gonna make it slightly easier. Just needs a little bit of naphtha here. Yeah, that's actually already good enough. Set up some tiles here to delete the oxygen, and then we can make our way down. Now it's actually safe to remove all of this shebang. There it is. Steam room is now open. This probably means I need to add a little bit more water to make this denser. We can do that right here with a bottle emptier. And then of course fill out this entire room with drywall. Add a little bit more water right there. I actually made a little pool in this place because slowly and surely I only have polluted water left. As a matter of fact, we should probably make sure that we're not running out. Okay, I almost got 100 kilograms of water per tile. I'm gonna stop this bottle emptier for now, and then I'm just gonna close it off. But in the future, we need to get back in there. I'm gonna leave the naphtha lock in place. We're almost done here with the heat funnel. And now the moment of truth. Yeah, I probably first have to do these tiles and then get back in here from this side. Wait a second, I can still reach it right here. Okay, so I can close this off. Hold the phone. This is the third silo. I need to make this a little bit thicker. Yeah, the rocket platform is gonna go here. Therefore, this layer also needs to be steel, at least up to this point here. So we have 9 tiles for the cone, and we can catch the entire heat that is then gonna be funneled down. You know, this looks a little bit stupid. I'm just gonna go all out. We have enough steel to do that. There it is, my maintenance corridor finished. It's gonna stretch all the way to the right side, allowing me to go up here to the rocket silos. But I think I wanna get rid of this transit tube access point here. Well, maybe I'm just gonna leave it in for now, but eventually it's probably gonna be in the way. Either way, we appear to be done here, and it's time to suck out the heat. I really wanna see this happen. Thank you, Niesbet. Now we can dig into here, connect these two metals together, and then just observe what happens. There is my steel tile. Ooh, I'm actually excited for this now. Let's have a look at the temperatures. We should be immediately transferring that. Oh yeah, look at that. Ah, love it. None of that heat theoretically should be lost, and of course all of the rockets are gonna contribute to that system. And we can now also see how quickly the heat is going down in these metal tiles, already down to 600 degrees from where did we start, at 900 or so. Yes, a wonderful and slow process. We might not even be able to heat up the water enough unless we do a couple more launches. Yeah, already up to 90 degrees here. This looks promising, I have to say. So now one of our weaknesses is going to be this heavy watt conductive joint plate. Let me see. We only have a little bit of polluted oxygen left, but once I'm done pumping this out, this corridor should theoretically be a vacuum as well. But there's no clever way for me to actually keep this a vacuum, honestly. Yeah, I might have to reconsider this heavy watt conductive joint plate. We're now at 113 degrees. The water is also heating up. I'm pretty sure this is gonna work out. If not, we might have to add a couple of temp shift plates. But I feel like we've made good progress here. I just need to add the heat sinks here. Let's also get rid of that interplanetary launcher stuff. We want to make this squeaky clean for our next rockets. Speaking of rockets, I'm gonna launch another mission. Let's see what we got in here. Nutrient bars. That's actually not bad. Maybe we can even get some swamp chart hearts in as well. No, not even muckroot. Let's go for gristleberry, making sure that some people are bringing this stuff. Yeah, thank you. Gonna select another target. Where should we go? I'm gonna fly right here. This is definitely 5 tiles, so I can fly here and then 5 tiles back. And of course that gave us another boost here in temperature, and we can relay that easily to our steam turbines. And of course, if we cannot keep up, we just add more steam turbines. Easy. Yeah, as a matter of fact, there it is already. The first steam created by rockets. Just gotta love it. Well, I feel like the past 2 episodes we've made so much progress here on the main planetoid, especially cleaning everything up, making it streamlined, also making it future-proof, adding more power, getting rid of gases and the heat for the most part. Oh wait, I totally forgot there was a meteor shower or something. No, here everything is fine. Hold the phone. Building entombed. What happened here? I'm now making more data banks. I actually took apart all of the research stations because we were done with the applied science. Well, not quite. There's one more research we need to do, but maybe just to be able to access the research, I'm gonna add a research station here. And there it is. Now I can go back into the menu. Right now we have selected this research here, but we are lacking the data banks. But you can see I've done all the applied science. So we only have to do this one here, which is then gonna need 435. But this is basically the most endgame stuff we can get. So right now I don't really need anything other than data banks, and maybe this guy here isn't quite done yet. Yeah, and now we got the metal tiles back down to 300 degrees. This is absolutely perfect. We'll never have issues with the rocket temperatures. Speaking of rocket, how far are we? Not too far, so I'm presuming we're making more data banks. Yes, May, absolutely wonderful. Okay, so this was kind of a continuation of the previous episode. In the next episode, I need to actually make it to a planetoid, and the planetoid of my choosing is going to be the one that gives me more water. It's further away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could actually make it here in order to drop something, but then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need the better engine. So I'm gonna collect enough data banks to be able to build the better petroleum engine, and therefore we should be able to make it further. And this is actually not far away. Let me lock in that research so I don't forget about it. Not the Rapbolt engine, but the petroleum. Where are you? Right here. We need about 200 data banks. That's gonna be a lot. There's 22 data banks, but I guess we can do some more exploration in the meantime. So it's definitely gonna be worth it. And now we have a way to deal with the rocket heat. So I think I'm gonna leave it be right at this point. Not sure how much I'm gonna get out of this footage for today, but I think thematically it makes sense. So in the next episode, we can go ahead and actually tackle another planetoid. Right now, I'm pretty happy with how clean this has come out, and I'm gonna be curious once the aluminium volcano starts to reactivate. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.